Morning guys, just thought I'd do this video mainly due to the fact the amount of questions that I've had regarding what I needed to do to get into America, what I needed to do to come back from America, especially during the fact that I had COVID in November. What did I need to do to get me into America considering I had COVID in 90 days? So I just thought I'd do this video, like I say, just to give people a heads up of what I've done. I'll even show you the letter I got off the doctor and everything, obviously with personal information scouted out, just so people can see exactly what I did to allow me to travel to America, because I know it's been so stressful for people. People are panicking even now and everything. All I can say is this is just up to when I travelled, which was on the 15th of December. No rules have changed. We're now on the 2nd of January. No rules have changed since I travelled, but just be prepared that yes, this is correct as of now and when I travelled, but obviously things do change and change quite quickly, so just be aware of that. So the first thing I'm going to go into is the attestation form, and everything I'm going to go through first of all is all about COVID recovery, because I think that's the one where people are getting confused more than anything. So first of all, everything's Virgin as well, by the way, because that's what I travelled with, so that's what I know. So just going on to here, and I'll show you. This is the form that you can get if you go into the help centre on the Virgin hub. Click on the non-citizens non-immigration attestation, and this is the form you get. So this is the one you need to complete whether you're recovering or not. But this form here is very much, you have to have a hard copy of this. You can't do it online if you've recovered from COVID, just so you're aware. So it's pretty much, you stick your name in there. You say there, you tick number 3, tested positive for COVID and have been cleared for travel by a licensed healthcare professional, etc, etc. And then obviously on the second part you tick that you're fully vaccinated. Obviously if you're not fully vaccinated, probably not a good idea to travel because you've got to isolate, etc. And then you just sign it and print it off. That is literally it. One thing I did with all my documents, and what I recommend to everyone, is that you actually put them all into a presentation folder. Put them in order, so I had all mine and Steph's COVID passes together, mine and Steph's attestation forms together, everything together. My ESTA's in there. I know you don't have to carry your ESTA, but I'm quite picky. I like to carry everything hard copy as well as online. So that's what I recommend. It just makes it so much easier when it comes to just checking in and everything like that. So that's the attestation form. You can do that online if you've recovered. If you're not on a recovery, you've never had COVID, or you've not had COVID in 90 days, you can do this online on the Virgin website. But like I say, I'm going to concentrate mainly on the recovery. But yeah, you need to print that off, sign it, and they will check that at check-in. So going on to COVID recovery now. So the big thing for COVID recovery is you need a letter off your doctor, and you also need proof that you've actually tested positive for COVID, which is 2 ways of doing this. The first one is here. This is my COVID stuff. I've obviously blanked out details and that. So that's proof of my 2 vaccinations that I had. So I was double jabbed, so I'm fully vaccinated. And then also, if you've recovered from COVID, you have an NHS COVID pass recovery on there as well on your second page. This is very important. Even if you get a letter off your doctor, you need this part on your NHS app or printed off or something, because this is what they really checked when I checked with Virgin. The big thing is they're checking that it's within the 90 days here. The test was a PCR, and this is the big thing they check. You actually tested that you were what you was actually being tested for, which was COVID-19. So you really need to make sure you've got this, and then obviously the dates from and to that it's valid. Don't panic as well during when you have COVID, by the way. Due to the isolation period, your whole NHS record will disappear, by the way, for those that if you are travelling and you're like 20-30 days out and all of a sudden all your vaccination details have disappeared, yeah, they do that automatically. Just so you're aware, mine came back within 2 or 3 days after, and don't get me wrong, I was panicking a little bit, so I do totally understand. So yeah, so that's the stuff you need for your recovery there. You also need a letter off your doctor. CDC want to see on the form. So here's my letter off my doctor. Obviously I've blanked out a few things like that. Big thing is, name needs to be on there, date of birth needs to be on there, and your passport number needs to be on there as well. Obviously it needs to be on letter-headed paper. I've deleted the logo and the address of my medical place and that. But these are the big things that need to be put on there. I performed a medical assessment, and the individuals recovered from COVID. Date you tested positive, and the date you were cleared from isolation. Cleared from isolation was a big thing that Virgin would check in when I actually checked in, and it's then from pre-department testing, ignore the exercises because I'm in the army, until 90 days from his positive test. I confirm he is asymptomatic and therefore clear to travel, being keeping with our current understanding of post-COVID immunity that you're currently non-infectious. So that's the big thing. So you need to have that. It needs to be on letterheaded paper. It needs to be signed by your doctor. So just make sure you've got that. That then allows you not to do a fit to fly test. I got through no dramas. Don't get me wrong, I got to Heathrow the night before and actually went and checked with 3 individuals who helped me, who were brilliant. Virgin, were absolutely amazing, who checked all my docs the night before. Because worst case scenario, what I was going to do is, if they didn't do that, I was literally ready to book one at the airport, which was going to cost me, I think it was going to cost me £30 each for me and Steph, and I was just going to book one there and then and do it if I had to. So don't get me wrong, I had no problems with Virgin at all with this terminology, so hopefully nobody else will have the problem. But I did have a backup in place just in case. So that's COVID recovery. Just to go into the Virgin site and things like that. One thing I say is that I found this very, very helpful. I really did. If you go into help and go to the coronavirus hub that they have on there, they've got so much information in here, and it's pretty much kept up to date. You can literally stroll through travel to the United Kingdom, travel to the United States, and to actually, this is where I got most of my information from, but also jumping in on the Gov web page as well, making sure that what they're saying is actually accurate. But I found this very helpful when it came to the testing and stuff like that. So if you go to the COVID-19 testing on here, it literally breaks it down into so much easier to digest information. So if you scroll down, and here you go, travelling from UK to our popular destinations. Straight away, it's got to be a video observed home antigen test for the US. It's there ready to go, or you can also book it at the airport through Collinson. So that's for those that aren't recovered. You just click on the links, and it's brilliant there. And then when you're travelling down, when you're travelling back, your pre-departure test. Listen to me, some people are paying $150 to $200 to get tested in America. There is places you can get it free, Walgreens, CVS. I saw one down at the North Outlet as well. The North Outlet one I've not seen anyone use, so I wouldn't recommend it. I've heard of people using CVS. However, it's supposed to be only for American citizens only. I've heard Canadians use it, but it's a bit risky when you're going to have to fork out $100. Just take this test with you. I'll go through this a little bit now. And just I'll show you the test and everything in a clip of exactly what this test comes with, what I had to do, etc. for that test. So now going on to the departure test coming back to the UK. So what I recommend is, because Virgin, BA and a lot of other airlines offer you a discount if you book it through their site. Don't get me wrong, it's only like £3 or £4, but £3 or £4 is £3 or £4 at the end of the day. So you click, like I say, you go onto the hub, go onto the testing, and the way it tells you, just literally click on Prenetics, and it comes up like this. And literally, it's so easy. You just go shop by destination, and you literally just fill everything in. United States, traveling. Oops, wrong one. So you're traveling from the United Kingdom. Look that up, didn't I? Traveling from the United Kingdom to the United States as a round trip, and then you just put I'm fully vaccinated or you're unvaccinated. And it literally tells you what you need to do. So straight away, going back to those that aren't recovering, literally buy now. Observe lateral flow test done by Zoom call. I haven't personally done it. Heard of people that are doing it. No dramas. And then these are the ones for travelling back. These are literally the 2 I booked. £17 for your pre-return lateral flow test. Make sure you order this. I'd say I'd give it at least a week before you travel to order this, because there's a chance it won't turn up in time. I got mine through within, I think, 48 hours. However, times are times could be a bit dodgy with the post, so I just make sure you get that. And then there you go, your PCR for your 0 to 2 day PCR test when you're back. That's the one I did. And you literally click now, and you're good to go. What I was going to say about this pre-return lateral flow test kit is just whack it. People have asked me, can I stick it in my hold? Can I stick it in handheld luggage? I stuck mine in the hold. I had no dramas whatsoever about it, to be honest with you. Get rid of that. Right, and then you've got your PCR test. Even though if you've recovered from COVID, you still have to do this test. I rung up the NHS helpline, asked them straight out when I got back, and they said you need to do that test. Don't get me wrong, I see it as pointless personally, because they turned around and said if it's positive, we'll just wipe it because we know you can get a false positive. I'm like, well, that was a waste of £110 for me and Steph, but hey ho, that's the rules. And to be honest, yeah, with a chance to go to America and go to Las Vegas, it was definitely worth doing. So yeah, so that's the day 2 PCR test as well that you need to book. So like I say, very easy. And now I'll go on to how you activate your tests, etc., for when you're doing your test.
So this is the test that comes through from Prenetics. I know it says cancelled. I ordered 4 instead of 2 by mistake. So that's the reference number that you need to enter when you do your test. And then this is what comes. Obviously you get all your kit as normal, just like any other PCR test. And then this is the important bit. So just to give you a heads up, so you can scan that QR to activate it if you want, or you can just use the links like I previously shown. Then enter your full name, your booking reference number, which is your one on your on the website on your login, and then literally all you do is you just place the test in this area here, take a picture of that, send that to Prenetics online on the link, and then that's you good to go.
So going on to activating your tests for your LFT for returning. So you only have to do it 2 days before. People have asked about 48 hours. Does it need to be in the UK time? Everything like that. So I was due to fly at 16:30 on the Wednesday. I did my test mid-afternoon on the Monday and had no dramas. So yes, keep it within 2 calendar days, but hours doesn't seem to be a thing. I personally didn't activate my test until I got out there. I waited. So you literally go on here on the Prenetics site, you click on activate test kit, and you literally go down and you enter the barcode which is on the box of your lateral flow test, and then click continue. It is very easy step-by-step guide. If I click on here and go lateral flow antigen test, it's literally that step-by-step process. You activate it, take the sample as directed in the box, which I'll show you in another clip. Literally a countdown comes on the computer screen, wait 15 minutes. Confirm your results, you click on a box saying negative, positive, inconclusive. You then take a picture, like I'll show you on this piece of paper, with your booking reference number. Make sure you go on here, go up to purchase information here, and your booking reference number is there. Put that onto the form. You place the test on there, you take a picture of it, and you literally upload results for review. Then they'll review it and release them to you by email with a full PDF certificate saying you're negative, hopefully, and that's you good to go. With that, I got mine back. I think Steph was like less than 5 minutes. It was literally really quick. I think mine took about 10-15 minutes. So it says allow up to half an hour. But it was well quicker than that. And then you can upload that to the Verify app. I can't really show you that now because I haven't got an online booking with Virgin Open, but you can click on there, go on the Verify app, and you can upload them as a PDF certificate, and then that's you good to go. Going on to when I got to the airport. So I got to the airport, like I said, I had everything in a presentation pack, like I said before. And what I did was I walked up to him, and literally the first thing she asked for is, have you got proof of a negative test? Which I showed her the email. she said, can I see the PDF, the barcode? I was scanning through my emails trying to get the barcode to up. So the email was there, but the barcode wasn't up, and it was on my laptop. But she was fine. She said, in fact, just show me your passenger locator form barcode. You get an email once you filled that in on your passenger locator form. I showed her the code. She scanned that. That was me good to go. I was literally through check-in in less than 10 minutes, checking 4 bags. No dramas whatsoever. Just going on to what you need to do now before you travel back to the UK once you're in America. The big one I recommend you do before you even go to America is fill in your passenger locator form. I signed up for an account. You don't have to, but all I did was type in passenger locator form in Google and then clicked on the link. It obviously came up here. The reason I say fill this in before you go is you can get so far before you have to do the bit before 48 hours, which is creating your account, putting your passport number in, email address, getting passwords, etc, etc. If you click on start now, I'll go no. I do have an account, but I'll go no. And then this is what you need: name, contact details, passport details, address, things like that. And it's just one less thing for you to do 48 hours before you go. Obviously, if you've got poor internet in the hotel, or you get to the airport because you forgot to do it and you've got no Wi-Fi, then you can have dramas, because this is the one thing that they were physically 100% checking on every individual at check-in at McCarran Airport. So just make sure you've got this filled in. Like I said, do this bit before you go, just so you know, and then you fill in the other stuff 48 hours before. Things like your flight number, your PCR reference number, which is massive. Make sure you get your PCR reference number, and that they're on. I'll show you in a minute on Prenetics, and that. So if you go into your COVID, if you go on Prenetics here, so I'll just log onto my account and everything for you. So I won't go into purchase and that, but if you go into here on your purchase bit, it's got all your purchase. You've got your reference number at the top, and just whack it in there, and also it'll give you the individual test number to actually put on there for then if there's more than one individual, for example. So yeah, so just make sure you get that number. That's a big thing that you need for your locator form. And then once you've done that, you're good to go on the locator form. So just summarise that video in a whole. So if you're recovering from COVID, you need to do your attestation form hard copy, not online. If you're not recovering from COVID, Virgin allow you to go on and you click, I think there's 3 questions, you have to click them and then that's you good to go, but they've got that online. COVID recovery, you need a letter off your doctor and you need that NHS Pass Recovery certificate with barcode, because they will look in depth at that. LFTs, if you're doing an LFT to go out to America, it needs to be the day before, so make sure you book it, and it has to be observed. Okay, going out to America, it has to be observed. So you can't use NHS ones at any point during this, by the way, just to let you know that, because you need certificates, and like I say, the one going out has to be observed. I recommend placing all your documents into a presentation folder, keeping everything together, i.e. if there's 2 of you travelling, NHS passes together, letters of COVID recovery together, attestation forms together. I always take my ESTA. Obviously you still need an ESTA to travel. When you get to America as well, make sure you've got your proof of your vaccine ready at the border. They didn't ask everyone, but like I say, they did ask the majority, and there was people scrambling like hell because they couldn't find it, or they had dramas with their phones, etc, etc. So make sure you've got that. Locator form, make sure you do the locator form 48 hours before regarding your flight number, etc. But I recommend before you go out there, go as far as you can up to the stuff you need to fill in 48 hours before. It's just less to do while you're on holiday then, and it doesn't eat into it. Make sure you've got your PCR reference number for that as well, because you have to put that on the form. And then 2 days before you fly back, you need to use your lateral flow test you've taken with you to do your test, which, like I say, is very, very, very quick. Had it back within steps less than 5, mine less than 10 minutes, and you get a certificate by PDF for that. Just make sure you save it to your phone, unlike I did. and then you'll then need to do, when you get back, you'll need to do a PCR within 2 days of arriving back. So just to go through the total costs, if you're recovering from COVID, it costs me £17 per person for the 2 day returning one, and £55 each for the PCR test, which is totally just £72 per person if you're recovering. And then obviously you need to add on an extra £27 for that if you're not recovering, for your outward test, which is observed. So a total of £99 per person. So yeah, it's a bit of extra money you've got to fork out and that to go to America, but currently that's what you have to do. Like I say, all these guidelines were up to date as when I travelled. This is exactly what I did. I know I focused on Virgin mainly, and that's mainly because that's who I travelled with, and I've used Prenetics. And the reason I used Prenetics rather than anyone else was because that's what Virgin recommended. So my thinking was all along was, if the airlines recommended this, I get to check in. It should be less of a drama, because I literally was just, well, this is what you're recommending, I'm doing exactly what you wanted me to do, etc. So guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I really appreciate the amount of views and watches and comments I've had from my Vegas vlogs. It's really much appreciated. Like I said, I've put this together just because of the amount of questions that I've had on this over the last 2 weeks, so I just thought it'd be easy just to put it in a video. So guys, Happy New Year to everyone, have a good one, and I'll catch you later.